Welcome back to the channel. We're finally in season 8. Um, sorry I couldn't get the Clash or even the first two races of the season. I was either not home or my stream was not being great to me. You can go look at the past streams. They were slideshows. They were just like Homestead last season. I don't want to get into it. But we are finally here at season 8. Some backstory going into it. We are in MWRT now for D1, so it's a completely new feel. No longer in United. We're in Gen 7s. We're at NASCAR. We're at MWRT now, so a lot of stuff is different. Some people that were pretty good in United, some of them aren't great here at MWRT. Some people, this is a huge change that they really like now. It's just a thing. We are here at Vegas this week, which historically has been pretty good to me. Has been historically good to guys like Rover as well. So I'm hoping, well, I guess I already know the outcome, but I was hoping to win here because I kind of sold the win at Auto Club. I did a Denny Hamlin moment and sold it, but we won't get into that either. But with that being said, we are going to finally get into the first recorded race of Season 8. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, we pace now. I did get pole here. I was the only one that got, like, into my time range. But I got pole. We do pace now. Green flag's out. We do restart zones. And Dylan doesn't know how to do laps because we are somehow on lap 3 already. So, first corner, I chop off iron, make sure he's not going to get to my inside. Do it well. Yes, Iron is in the 11 again. And then he's going to get in the wall, go down the track, and wreck himself in the 92. The caution will eventually wave here. And I'm just going to cruise back to the line real quick. Another thing that's very important to notice, we have fuel in the game. We now have to worry about fuel strategies. If you saw anything about D2 last season, you would know about this. But especially with pacing, fuel strategies are very needed. Here on this restart, I go low, and then I put myself in a situation to get turned on the restart, and I do by King. I collect my teammate Tanuki, and the caution flies again. We're going to be on lap 10 or so now. We're going to be coming to lap 11. We haven't even completed a lap yet. So here, there was actually some pit strategy. I'm pretty sure a lot of people pit, and I got up to P4 somehow. Juice cone is a thing. You will see it come into effect a lot during the season and even during this race. I push Happy on front, but then he comes back up the track, gets into me, and now I'm all the way to the back of field again. So now I'm just cruising. I'm watching everybody kind of scramble. Again, not a single green flag lap has happened yet. And they decide to go 4 wide. Exactly why I'm staying back at the moment. I decide here to push King, try and go to the low side, but I figure out if you straddle the apron in the actual track, it's not too fast. So I go back up to the high side because I feel there's no one there at the moment. If they glide up the track like the 92 and the 9 just did, I can cut right underneath of them and get some spots. And I do. I get 2 spots for sure. Now I'm side by side with Tanuki, and I'm looking to get past him. Last week, I Denny Hamlined him at Auto Club and caused us to both lose the race. This time, I decided not to get into the side of him. Now I have 2 of my teammates right in front of me. But you see, again, getting on the apron and still being on the racing track, it's very slow. So I dive it into this corner not as fast as I can, but I get it in there pretty fast. I clear up in front of Hank, try and push the 41 out in front. That is Smile this season. You have to remember that because Dega retired. It is now Smile as he makes a huge dive. And I decided to get in the wall as well because I just felt like it. I don't know. I lost talent. Iron's been leading most of this race so far because I haven't been up there. King Tanuki, you're going to see a rivalry between Tanuki and a lot of people this season. I've got a feeling. So watch out this race. You'll see why I think he'll have a rivalry with a lot of people. Rover hasn't really gotten to do much yet. He's been kind of stuck in the back. I don't know how much practice he got. He told me he did a bit of practicing, but I don't know how much he actually did. He didn't do any with me, so I don't know what his line was. I'm still fighting side by side with Hank. I'm hoping he gets on the apron here and slows himself down so I can go around the outside, but it doesn't happen. See, just a cluster of cars up front. Hank pulls like a slide job kind of move. He tries sliding up the track in front of me. I cross him over and get past him. Now I can set my eyes on Tanuki in front of me, and then hopefully some people in the front make some mistakes and I can get past them. I'm running my line. You see everybody checking up in that front group. This is exactly what I want to happen here. I get a good run out of the corner. Now I'm behind Tanuki. I'm going to not push him. I don't want to go down on the apron. I just want to get past here. And I do clear Tanuki. So now my eyes are on Oda. Running a high side here. I know how to run a high side here that works well enough to stay side by side with people as I about turn Oda as he comes down the track a little bit. We were both trying to go to different parts of the track, and we about caused a wreck. But you see, again, like I was saying, I'm able to run a high kind of side thing and stay relatively competitive on that line compared to the inside line, which was pretty dominant during the race. The inside, maybe a little bit of the middle line, was the preferred line during the race. Tanuki doors me, puts me in the wall. He's going to put himself in the wall as well and block me. He's going to lose both of us some spots. You could call it payback from last week, but it really isn't. So now I'm basically reset again. I've got to get past Tanuki, Hank, and Oda. Tanuki basically clears the way for me to get to the inside of someone, and that is Hank. Now Oda gets to the inside. I go way down on the apron to make sure I don't like try and slow myself down too much. And it does work out. I get side by side with Tanuki here. And I'm going to keep it fairly clean here. Oda slides up the track a little bit. So I see an opportunity. I clear up in front of my teammates here. And now I'm looking to close in on Oda. I'm still not sure, though, if I want to push him here or if I want to try and get past him right away. See Tanuki make a huge lunge, slide job moment, gets to the high side. He's able to block me, but I get right past him. So now, again, my eyes set on Oda. He's already gotten away a little bit. He's pretty close to the lead pack. See King's leading the race right now. I run this kind of high side. I'm trying to experiment with some lines, see what might have a little extra of a run to get me closer up to these guys battling. And it's working out a little bit. Smile has lost some time here on everyone. He sends it in on Oda. Almost wrecks both him and Oda, and even Iron almost. But them doing this is just pulling me in even faster. So now I, with such a huge run, am looking to get past at least one car during this corner, which might work out here as they all send it way deep in the corner. I back off, try and set up for a big run out of the corner. It doesn't really happen too much, so I just push Smile and hope that he wreaks havoc here. And he goes way to the inside. He hits the two Doja cars, moves them out of the way, and I'm just going to scoot right past by. It's going to be a triple overtake here as Hank looks to try and join the party. He goes way down in the grass for some reason, but I stay out in front. Now looking into this corner, the 92 slides up in front of the 9 for some reason. Slows them both down, and I'm going to get past them, and now I'm going to try and book it out of here. I was on pole for a reason. I'm going to try and make sure everybody knows why I was on pole and try and pull away. You see, the 9 actually got hit. He's going to go around, and he is not going to be able to save it. You see, he goes all the way up to the wall. Looked like he might have saved it for a second, but as I cross this line, the caution's going to wave, and we're just going to have to re-rack here. I'm making sure here, trying to just run my line nice and calm. See King blaming the 92 there. Going to take an assumption that the 92 either came down on him or straight up took him out. I don't know. But as we come out of 3 and 4, I come to the line leading. I have plenty of fuel. I don't need a pit to make it to the end of the stage. So I will come across MP1. I will choose the inside here on this restart. Iron shows the outside. Rover's actually up here now. Finally, I get a good start. Iron's pretty even with me. Rover did not get a very great start. And he is actually going to wreck in the back. This is going to throw the caution here any second now. There it is. I'm holding the lead right now, hoping to get a good run out of the corner. The 11 just about makes the same mistake he made on lap 1. I try and block. I'm too late. Iron's going to get to the inside of me. I'm going to have to hold it on the outside, hope that they make a mistake. Iron doesn't have a great corner. The 92 did. I'm on the outside trying to fight for position just about in the wall. Tanuki tries giving me a push. Doesn't work. Iron's going to come and win the race back. And Dylan, for some reason, calls the stage there. So we all come down pit. Stuff gets reshuffled. Smile, who pit under the yellow before, decided to stay out. And you see, I was the last car on the outside line. There were only 3 of us. That's how much that choose cone really matters. So now you have the 84 here of G Money. He's going to get into the apron, come up track, going to get into me, and I'm getting reset all over again. Just about turned myself off of Hank, and I'm all the way to the back once again. It looks like I just have to go and do what I did at the start of this race. After getting turned pretty early, I have to pretty much go through the field once again. King takes the lead right now. I'm pushing Hank, trying to get past. See the 43 of Colonel Rose. Huge run. Gonna go through, and he's gonna go up the track. Gonna get into me, and I'm in last now. Yeah, I'm at last at one of my best tracks. This is not a great thing. I get the run out of the corner on the 43. Get pretty far out. I thought I was safe until the 43 sent that move and just about wrecked me, pretty much. Got to the quarter panel, could have spun me around pretty easily. But I obviously have a better run of the corner. And now I have a feeling 43 is going to do the same thing. I run my regular line, though. 43 does do the same thing, but higher up on the track, so they push me forward. So then the 43's teammate, the 84, is going to wreck them. The 92 goes in the air, and the caution doesn't come out yet. Caution's still not out. I defended really hard on the 43 to make sure they didn't set it on me. Caution finally waves after a 3-car wreck. One of them flipped. Still don't get why Dylan didn't throw the caution much earlier. This restart, there was a lot of confusion. People didn't go to the right choose cone, all that. It was really weird. I had to check up because I about spin out Oda on the restart, but I get back to him pretty quickly, able to push him, try and get clear of everyone. It doesn't happen, though. So now Oda gets on the wall. I'm going to go to his inside, and I'm going to get past him. Now, my plan is to push Hank up and have him try and cause chaos now, because I know he wants to be aggressive. That's just his driving style. Just like Smile you saw in the back, it looked like he sent it really deep on Oda, and he did. So now me and Hank focusing on us again. We're side by side now trying to catch up to King, who is decently fast here. He has led a good amount of laps so far in this race. I'm trying to catch up, but he goes and overcooks the corner, gets into the wall out of 2, and now Hank is side by side with him. I'm going to make a move to the inside. King about wrecks Hank trying to block me. I get on the corner. I door King on accident. I sent it way too deep, got into him. But now I take second place. Hank takes P1. And I have fought my way through the back of the field once again. It's now Hank leads. Again, he has not picked yet. King actually sends it on me, gets into my door, kind of repays the favor a little bit. Slows us both down compared to Smile. He has a huge run. Doesn't help King. Actually goes to the outside to try and help me. I cut off King, but doing so kind of overcooked the corner a little bit. And he's actually going to get side by side with me out of the corner. I'm going to have to depend on any sort of run I have to get past him. And I do. I do get clear of him. Now I'm hoping that he just battles with Smile here and I can get past. And he does try and battle with Smile. So I am going to get very clear. They door each other in the back. They get in the wall, everything. I am now clear of them. So now my sights are on Hank. At the time, I have not remembered that Hank has not pit yet at all this stage. He did not pit under caution at all yet compared to me. I am good on fuel to the rest of the stage. Hank is not. He still has to make another pit stop during this stage. So, at the time, I'm just trying to catch up to him and maybe even push him ahead to just kind of get away from everybody. See if I can do an indie strat from season 6. It is yet to work again in any race that I've done. So I'm hoping here that I can do it once again. Catching up to Hank, you see Smile, King really having troubles battling each other behind us. I'm now to the back bumper of Hank, and I just go to the outside because I'm not trying to pass him. And if he slides up the track, I just push him. Then down this backstretch, Dega was actually in our call at the time. He starts talking about pitch strategy with Smile because he's also kind of in the same boat as Hank. So here in this corner, Hank makes a mistake, and I say, all right, I'm leaving Hank because I know I can make it on fuel. He can't. I'm not going to try and push him and then accidentally wreck him when he's trying to pit. So now side by side here on lap 45, I'm going to try and get past him. Hank was not in call at the time, so I couldn't just tell him like, "Hey, let me by. You can't make it on the stage. You can't make it on fuel and everything." So I had to do it just off of raw speed, and I mean, I'm pretty sure I proved it. Hank closes the gap a little bit in the corner here, but I'm going to get a good enough run to kind of pull away a little bit down this front stretch, give myself a car length or two distance in between us. And now in this corner, I'm looking to just book it away from him because I know he runs pretty slow in turns 1 and 2, and it proves true. Again, I get a huge run, one of my best corners I've ever had in the race, and I pull away here. This corner, I think he sends it in pretty deep. It doesn't work out because I come down on him. He does not have a great run, and I just kind of book it. So, I stay in lead. We go to lap 53 here. King in the back, battling with the Odada cars. Comes down on one, wrecks him, and the caution is going to fly. We were 8 laps away from a stage win there, but instead there's a wreck in the back, literally the back of the field. King went from pretty much leading to all the way in the back, wrecks the Odada cars. So now we have will be 3-lap shootout here. Hank had to pit, Smile had to pit. So now I'm trapped with Doge cars of Iron and Oda. King is up here because he didn't have to pit. Unlike some of the other cars, Oda sends it in, really gets into the side of me, really doors me hard, and I go way up into the wall. Now I'm losing spots again on the restart. Every time I've been on the outside, I have lost spots off the initial restart. I didn't actually start on the outside that time. That's just where I ended up. I allowed him to the inside. But anyways, anytime I get to the outside early in a restart, I always pay for it. 92 decides to go in the grass. I don't know where he was going. I had made it 4 wide. Eventually goes down to 3 wide. See the 84 trying to get in. Sends it on me, which I was not fond of. We have 2 laps to go. The 92 is caught up a little bit here. He had a good restart. Iron out in front again. He hasn't really done much of anything since the middle end parts of stage 1. So now I'm just trying to run around the high side, not get included in anything. Hope that everyone goes to the bottom. If they do anything, the 84 pinches down, pretty much wrecks himself. Hank lets off, starts braking, thinking the stage is over. So now I am fighting for a stage point all of a sudden. I've just got to get past one of these cars in front of me, whether it's Tanuki or if it's Colonel. And I'm going to get past Colonel here. Now I'm looking to get past Tanuki at least. I chop off Colonel to make sure they don't get in front of me. Tanuki sent it way deep into the corner trying to get past Oda. It doesn't work out for him. He loses the spot to Oda, and he's even going to lose the spot to me. I'm going to steal an extra point. Iron wins the second stage, sweeps the stages. Will now look to sweep the weekend pretty much, except for the pole, which he was barely off of. So now Tanuki was the first car off pit road. He leads us to this start of stage 3 here, the final stage. I get into the 92 because I just wasn't wanting to deal with him anymore. I get into him, bump him up the track. I even get past King by doing so. So now I look into turn 3 here. King's on my back bumper. Accordion effect all the way up to the front. We go 5 wide for some reason. And now Oda's going to get turned by his own driver. And the caution will come out. Tanuki leads here for kind of the first time really all weekend. Didn't really do much in the D2 race. Hasn't done much so far in the D1 race. Hasn't really led a lot. Now I'm pushing King to try and hope he can catch up to either of these guys in front of us. But I don't think it's going to happen. They do break pretty hard into 3, but it's not going to work out. They're not going to slow down enough for us to get anywhere. Iron even gets in the wall. It's still not enough for us to gain any spots. So now I think I risk... Yeah, I decided not to go down and pit. I gain a couple spots because a lot of people did pit. Smiles back up here after he's on a different strategy right now. See, King and Tanuki, the two front runners right now. King been doing pretty well so far in this race. Tanuki, who those two have had bad blood ever since the playoffs last season, are now fighting. I get to the inside of King. Now I'm even looking to try and get up to Tanuki if I can get a push from the 41. I dive it way deep. The 41's even going to get into me. The 9's going to get into me. And I'm all the way in the wall. I'm going to lose all the spots I just had gained. Luckily, I do get some sort of run on the outside. And I'm able to stay in at least P5. But I lose all the spots I had just gained. So now I'm hoping nothing happens. Smile sends it in. Gets into the side of me. Luckily, we don't get in the wall. But Hank, you see, really aggressive. Had a good run. Hopped up to the high side here. He's going to try and do something here. Trying to get past the 92 or maybe even the 11 who went up the track a decent amount. Not going to happen. I'm trying to get past the 41 is the 9. Wrecks himself off of Tanuki. Came up the track and is going to spin himself and cause the caution to come out. And this is the time of the race where I start doing some math. As you see, the 20 clears himself on his own teammate. I'm already thinking as I'm racing, do I decide to pit here? You can make it on 30 laps of fuel. But that's if you're just straight up racing. I don't know if I can make it on fuel if I have to pace all this time, because pacing burns a lot more fuel than running regular laps. So I decided to come in. I was the only one that came in. People came in a second time, so I pit a second time pretty much because I was already in the back. And it's going to work out pretty well. I get to sit in the back here, hope that something happens in front of me, and take some positions. I already took a position from Tanuki. King rocketed on the outside. I just guard the inside because I know people are going to go up the track here eventually. And it does happen. You see King, the 92, they're off the track. I get into the 92 a little bit. But now I'm just going to try and push King out front because I do not want to try and make a move on him yet. He goes way deep into the corner. See, I think this is the 84 in front of us, G-Money. He's kind of losing some spots here. It was kind of a common occurrence here. The Odata cars, they could be up near the front as I get into the wall, but they would lose spots fast as they're 4 wide in front of us now. You got Hank in that mix. You got Iron and Oda. They about wrecked themselves again somehow. But back to the Odata thing. Never mind. Hank comes up the track into the 20 and the 11 into the Doge cars and wrecks himself. So now I'm really scared as Tanuki takes out King as well. Everything's popping off all of a sudden. We're going to have about 20, 19 laps to go here. And I'm making sure I even do some math here down the backstretch. You'll see it. I pull up my calculator here any sec now. Here it is, I believe. Yes. So I pull up the calculator. I do math. 20 laps. 3.1 fuel. I did some testing before the race and made sure how much fuel you burn a lap, and it came out to be 3.1 per lap. So I took 20 laps to go, because that's when I thought we were going to be going green, which was pretty true. I think we did go to green with either 20 or 19 to go. So everyone pretty much comes down in pits. But I am able to stay out because I've already gone down in pit. You see, so we're going to come here with 18 laps to go, and I've got 70 fuel left. I'd made that fuel thing, the fuel calculation, did 20 times 3.1. I needed about 60% to make it with 20 laps to go. I've got about 10% more with 18 to go. So right now, I'm to the good, but if a caution comes out, there's a good chance I can no longer make it. But on this restart, I got away right away. Made sure that I cannot get involved in any sort of wrecks at all. We skip ahead here any second now. As you see, huge chaos in the back. Skip ahead to lap 85 here. Coming to lap 86. There's a wreck back there. It's Tanuki. He right hooks, I think, is one of the Odata cars as he was loose. And the caution is going to wave once again. And this is just what I didn't want. So now I've done the math again. Fuel strategy. Do I risk it? I don't. I come down and pit for 25%. Trying to make sure I can make it. I should be able to make it from here. Tanuki did take a lot of fuel when he came down, so he doesn't know. I'm trying to signal people to go down pit lane. They don't, so I just had to take this one because I know the 92 would. And Iron misses his pit stall. Completely misses his pit stall. Blames me for missing his pit stall. And then he eventually decides to jump out of his car and respawn it, which I found really annoying, but of course, no penalties. But there aren't assigned pit stalls, at least at the time of the race. And he blamed me for missing his pit stall. But now, 10 laps to go, the final 10 laps in this race. I'm starting P6. I'm on the outside, which I've already stated multiple times. I do not like starting up on that high side because someone always goes up the track. And this time it was Tanuki, but I was able to stay clear of it this time. So now I'm behind on the inside now, already behind this 92. I'm trying to go up track, make sure I can get my line how I want it to be, and get past some people. King sends it on my inside, but it's not too bad. The 43 loses all his positioning by going into the wall. See Smile leading right now as actually someone wrecked in the back. The caution waves, and this is going to ruin Smile and Tanuki's current fuel strategy. They're going to have to come in at the end of after the caution, like after we start pacing, they're going to have to come in and pit. So me right now, I'm saying I'm going to go into P1 here. I'm going to be the control car. I just need to make sure whatever I do here does not affect what happens on the restart. So I choose the inside. No, sorry. Smile was daring and decided not to come in and pit. Neither did Tanuki. They don't come in the pit. Hank goes to the inside right away. I get moved out of the way. Now we're 4 wide coming across the line with 5 laps to go. Smiles trying to defend really hard off of the others. He gets away, actually. But now I'm all of a sudden 4 wide with Tanuki, the 92, and now Oda. I'm getting pitched up into the wall. I'm getting put in the wall now. And then Tanuki is going to go down the track, clear himself, get wrecked. And now we have a 4-car wreck here. Caution will wave. And all of my track position is been erased. It was the story of the race for me. Every time I got up to the front, a restart killed me. So now I'm on the outside, which I didn't want to be. I want to be on the inside here. I could have gone to the inside, but people chose too late, and I went to the outside. So now this restart, I actually get my best restart, in my opinion, that I've had. It is overtime, by the way. So if we don't have a caution, make it to the white flag, this race is official. There won't be another caution. Iron immediately takes the lead. They're already 4 wide. I'm going to the inside. Oda, I'm trying to make some sort of pass, some sort of move. Smile on the outside. He's going to come down the track, get an iron. He's going to spin out. Oda's going to collect himself. Caution's going to wave immediately. And now I've fought my way all the way back up into P2 with Tanuki. So now we will do another overtime restart. People came in and pit. So now all 4 TNR cars are the front 2 rows. It's a fight between TNR to see who will win the race. It happened last week at Auto Club. It was me and Tanuki leading the field. Neither of us won the race. Hank even got in it. He didn't win the race either. Well, actually, he didn't win the race to the line, but he did eventually win the race because the winner got disqualified. But anyways, now I'm fighting with Tanuki. I'm trying to find a way past him. He sends it deep in the corner expecting a send. I don't have one, so now I'm going to get a better run out of the corner. Get the draft from him, and I'm going to decide to go to the outside because I feel I can beat him on the outside. I feel he won't have a fast enough run during the corner and out of the corner that he can get in front of me. But instead, he sends it pretty deep here, and he's going to slide up in front of me and get a block here. Hank to the inside. I'm trying to go to the outside. Tanuki's going to get an MWRT push, and he's going to get way out in front. He decides to send it pretty deep. See, Smile, he's still in P4. King fighting with him. Tanuki is going to come away with P1 for sure. I'm going to get P2. Hank gets P3. And Smile's going to come home to get the TNR 1, 2, 3, 4 for the weekend.